German angst or a global issue? Young people in Germany feel gloomy about the future, a recent study suggests. Many participants state they are suffering from mental stress and are politically dissatisfied. One part of the problem seems to be social media. How do Instagram and co darken our perception of the future? And what can we do about it? Fearing the future, a global phenomenon. Pessimism and hopelessness among young people is a global trend, according to this year's World Happiness Report. The report says the main reasons for this mental health crisis are tougher economic times, feeling unsure and stressed because of climate change and political conflicts, and pressure from technology like social media. According to the report, the consequences could be catastrophic if left unaddressed. One possible countermeasure: global social media reforms. Tech giants of course disagree. There is no proof of a link between social media and mental health problems, according to Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg. Still, many studies worldwide indicate a connection between excessive social media use and mental health problems, such as anxiety, depression, eating disorders, and stress. And many users worldwide seem to agree with these studies. Social media has a negative effect on their mental health. That's what 27% of Gen Zs participating in the 2023 study said. More than 40,000 youth from countries like Argentina, Brazil, China, India, the United States, and Mexico took part. But let's look at the latest results from Germany. What's to learn from them? Similar to the rest of the world, the results are just as alarming. More than 10% of the German participants are getting help for mental health issues, and 8% have thought about suicide. Over half say social media is where they get most of their news, and this is one part of the problem, according to the authors of the study. Because we experience crises and doom worldwide much more directly because of social media. Whether it's first-hand accounts of war or footage of natural disasters, this kind of disturbing content was simply not available to large parts of the public before social media was in everyone's pockets. Today, this kind of content is even prioritized by algorithms and pushed into our newsfeed, because it triggers a reaction and therefore interaction. And once you have interacted with content like this, you'll see even more of it in your feed. That's the algorithm trying to display content that's relevant to you. That can lead to so-called doom scrolling. In the worst case, you'll keep seeing disturbing content without end while swiping, making it appear as if the world is indeed doomed. Nevertheless, the authors of the German study say it would be wrong to demonize social media. During the COVID pandemic, for example, the digital space was a safe haven for many young people, helping them to stay in touch with others. Being able to share experiences directly and feel connected is an important advantage of digital media. Unfortunately, though, social media platforms don't do enough to protect us users from its downsides. So, what can you do about it? A first step would be to monitor your actual screen time. You can use Apple's Health app or Google's Well-being for that. Both track your time spent across different apps. Beware, you might be unpleasantly surprised. I, for example, spent nearly 2 hours on Instagram yesterday. To curb your screen time, you can schedule breaks. For example, avoid checking your phone right after waking up or before bedtime, or during meals. This can help you create a clear separation between online and offline activities. You might also want to curate your feed, so filter the content you're exposed to. Follow accounts and people who inspire and motivate you, and unfollow those that make you feel anxious or inferior. Apart from that, use the mute or block functions to control what you see in your feed. And finally, focus on real-life connections and activities. It might sound like a no-brainer, but prioritize face-to-face interactions over virtual ones. Engage in activities that you enjoy and that don't involve screens. That can help reduce stress and grant you some offline satisfaction. What are your experiences? Do TikTok, Insta and Co have a negative impact on you and the people around you? Or do positive aspects outweigh the negatives? Let us know.